Welcome back, everybody. It's the Ultimate Pool USA Kansas City Shootout. And that right there is Chris Melling, the Louisiana Open champion. Ultimate Pool USA's first Open event winner. We'll see the Kansas City Open event winner crowned on Sunday. Chris will absolutely be hoping to be in the mix for that. But he's still got a way to go as Chase Stumfoll stands in his way here in the shootout event. Great to see both players out there as the two Steves reunite in the commentary box. Steve Jameson and Steve Wyatt with you here. And we were just chatting off air there, Stephen. What a great opportunity this is for Chase, because Chris will come into this match as a very heavy favourite, not just because of who he is and how good a player he is, but he's got so much experience in this format. This is a little bit of a can't lose really for Chase, for me, and I think he should treat it with such attitude. And well, early signs are pretty good.
Well, let me just say three things about Chase. One is the kid he respects the game. And he shows respect in all forms, so to the player, to the table, and to the game. And the second thing is, he's been practicing six-ball shootouts for the last month. And I myself watched him 3 days ago put up multiple sub-20 times.
Oh, that's what we love to hear.
And that is scary. Especially considering he just wins the first rack against Chris Melling, who honestly is just looking on a little stone-faced. That might be his one downfall, is that sometimes that's not good.
That's tough.
Sometimes when I watch Chase shoot, I just wish he'd slow down just a little bit. But it's something that comes with being young. So he'll work it out one way or the other. He's a very impressive shooter. He got a very bad kiss there.
Yeah, that's tough. He's got quite a unique break. Don't often see many hand on the table breaks in certainly on 7-foot bar boxes. There just isn't the room for it. But he got some great power through the pack and opens the table up to Chris Melling. And I, for one, am very, very excited to see how Chris goes in this event. He is, for me, I think, been in the form of his life in the last couple of months. The level of performance he's been putting up has been terrifying. He recently won the Ultimate Pool Masters. That was played last weekend, I think, and came straight over here to Kansas City from there. And some of the finishes that he took out, I implore you to go check them out over on the at Ultimate Pool socials, because they're a joke. They're an absolute joke. And he is playing some serious stuff at the minute, and switching codes, as it were, is something he's always done. So going from English 8-ball to American 8-ball, no problem for Chris Melling. He just adapts quicker than any player, for me, that I've ever seen.
Well, let me tell you, if you go on to any website and any search engine and type in craziest pool shots ever, there's probably a 1-in-1 chance that in that first page you're going to find a clip of Chris Melling doing something crazy. We have right here, this is a very interesting situation here. I just got to stop my story, because Chase scratched on his break, gave up ball in hand. Chris was able to take the rack. Chris scratched on his break, and now Chase here with an opportunity to take this rack. Everything is pretty much wide open. The only ball in trouble is the 15. This is I don't think we have time for stories, because this match has been so fast already.
Yeah,
we might miss the action.
Well, I agreed. He's taking his time on this one. I don't think he actually needs to worry too much about this 15 in terms of moving it, because, well, he can't land on it now. If he'd have left it alone, I think it might have gone to one of the side pockets. I could be wrong here. I'm just having a little look at one of our cameras. I think it was tight, to be fair, so I think he probably did need to move into it. Where's this cube winding up?
Well, I definitely think the 15 could have been cut to the bottom left, but He's at the table and I'm not, so he has a much better view. And if he felt the need to break it out, it must have meant that there was some trouble in paradise.
Well, these 3 balls are difficult now. This is high tariff stuff for Chase Stumfoll.
And Chase, rather young, I believe he's around the 22-year-old mark, maybe 23 now.
Hold on to your hats. This one's getting sent around, I think. What a shot this is.
He doesn't really get rewarded for it.
He's found a beautiful line there. He is unlucky. Fancy him to give this a bit of a ride, though. He'll kick into this with a fair bit of pace, I'd imagine, and you never know.
Well, if Chris is the magician, we might have to find a new nickname for our TikTok table star Aiden, because this gentleman right here might become the apprentice when it comes to magic if he makes this ball.
I tell you what, that wasn't far away. He actually he played the kick off the 8 ball.
Tough action here, though. This is not a gimme rack now. There's some work to be done. The 3 ball is quite tight, I believe. I'm not positive that it can be cut into the corner. And it can be made in the side, I believe. Look at the touch on that shot, and that's what he's playing for, the 3 in the right-hand side pocket.
That's a very classical cue action from Mr. Melling.
Well, and Chris is just so smooth.
Yeah, well, it's just a direct contrast, isn't it? We saw earlier on a couple of what I always think of quite American cue actions with the loop and a lot of pace in the back arm. Chris's is very, very classical and very, very technical.
However, when he gets into a little bit of a rhythm, you might even see him one-stroke this ball just like that. When he gets into a rhythm, all his form goes away, and he goes by feel. Oh,
he's such a natural player.
Yeah.
He'll have questioned why he was in the position that he had to play such a hero shot at the end of his visit.
Oh,
and that 8 ball was close to a golden break, and he wanted it as well. He was looking for that, was the young man.
Oh, man.
Chris with a wry smile as he comes to the table.
That 8 ball was close.
He wanted it as well. He really did. It's been an interesting thing. We've seen the golden break rule in play for a lot of ultimate pool tournaments over in the UK, and I don't know whether it's quite a British thing where we're a little bit polite and don't want to celebrate something we feel like we haven't really earned, but there's not been many who've given it the big celebration or anything like that with the 8 ball, but I get the sense Chase would be someone who absolutely would be pleased to see it drop.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I make the 8 ball on the break, everybody in the room is going to know.
Oh, Chris made a mistake here. He's not on this. He's just run a fraction too far. Yeah. He wanted to be on the 11, I believe. Is he still on this 14?
Chris,
yeah, he had to turn that. That's a very delicate shot. Referee Darryl getting up close and personal there.
And because the shot clock is such a big part, this is not the casual handoff of the bridge. You want to be quick about it. Don't want to get in the player's way, and you know, as a referee, you don't want to be in the way. Yeah, what a run there! And referee was carrying around the bridge the entire run of Chris. That's going to make it 3-1.
So Chris Melling leads 3-1. And you get the sense that he's only warming up. Oh, that's a brilliant break. You can't believe that's dry. You just can't. No one seems to have found the formula after our first game of the day. We saw, didn't we, Tyler Steyer and Eric Pickard, and they were both breaking beautifully. I think every single break was successful, and then since then it feels like every player's sort of struggled a little bit at finding the consistency.
Yeah, no dry breaks in the first match, and then since then almost nothing but dry breaks.
Yeah.
It's been mostly 60-40 since then. Very interesting. But you know, there are more people coming in. You know, we started early. We started at 11 a.m. Most pool players thought a.m. was the other side of the radio. So we started early. More people are coming in. The room's going to warm up a little bit. Maybe the table's going to change throughout the day, the event. So it may just be a situation there where the table's just getting broke in a little bit, you know?
Love the way that Chase has taken these on. Really, really nice route he's picked.
You know what the best thing about younger players, even junior players, is they're fearless. They are absolutely fearless when it comes to playing anybody. They don't care if your name is Chris Melling or Stephen Wyatt. They will play as good as they possibly can just to win, and I love that.
Well, he talked about the need to be fearless earlier on, and that's exactly what Chase has been, but he's played a slack one there. That was a poor shot, and now he has to pay the price. He's got a 4-ball with no natural pocket. What can he engineer?
The thinnest of thinnest cuts could send it to the bottom left, but he's not taking that on. Oh, look at the cross.
That'll do.
As a fan, I'm over here excited because that was a great shot, and I really think that Chase played that very, very well.
That's beautiful work from Chase Stumfoll. Really, really tidy shot. 8 balls, no guarantee here. I'll show you that double again in just a moment. Very, very good indeed. Good 8 ball. Chase Stumfoll stays in the game, and you can hear the noise here at Side Pocket's Blue Spring. Your issue is 30 minutes is loads of time for these guys to get in 11 frames.
They might be able to do a race to 11 in 30 minutes. And there you saw again Chase with the 8 ball. Did come fairly close to the pocket. So he's playing with it. It's like when you have a fish on the hook and he's just not quite bitten yet. I have a feeling if this goes much deeper without somebody winning, I think Chase is going to get one off. You know, he would be the 3rd player if they managed to make it hill to get that golden break on the hill.
Yeah, just taking his time over this visit, is it just needs a little bit of figuring out. I'm a big fan of Chase's break, I must say, considering how he breaks with that. Everything's quite condensed and packed in together. He gets a really, really good strike and good power on the cue ball. But if you watch that last break again, cue ball parked right in the middle of the table. Very, very good.
Yeah, a lot of power on that break, and again, like you said, he stays very compact and he puts a lot of power into a little bit of movement.
So these look pretty nice. 8 ball is a ball that definitely needs landing on. Imagine the 3 ball will be next for him.
You know, I like this here because I think he's able to play the 1 up, play the 6 on the side, give himself a little bit of angle on the 5 on the side, and just draw up back to the left side of the table, shoot the 8 in the corner. Very, very simple. He might have got a little bit further, but he can take this in the side or into the corner down table.
I think you have to take it long now.
Yeah.
I think the side you're going towards the 2 balls in the centre. I think he almost has to take this long now.
Yeah,
just has to judge it. It's not a massive problem.
It's not productive to shoot it the other way. He has to watch the scratch.
Oh, that's disaster for Chase Stumfoll. That was a good chance.
Yeah, and you have to think that he just wanted to stun that ball a little, and it didn't really stun the way he wanted to. He also was a little off on his aim, which could have promoted the scratch.
Yeah, I just wonder if he was maybe a bit tentative on that shot.
Might be it as well.
You know, I know we're playing on 4-inch pockets and all the rest of it, but I've seen enough from Chase to see just how good a player he is. And for me, if he punches that ball in, he's home and hose. It's basically his 8-ball.
Yeah, a little firmer. I would have liked a little firmer on that one too, but it is very tough playing under the lights. The stress of the match itself, not to mention the fact that you're playing one of the best players in the world in Chris Melling. The Magician extending his lead by 2 now. It's 4-2. If you've ever had trouble with a front ball sticking to a rack or balls not tightening up, the Smart Rack is pretty incredible. If you're here at the event or you're coming to the event, watch out, cue ball. Please, if you see me, come up, say, hey, I want to try your Smart Rack. I'll gladly lend it to you. It really is a great racking tool. Ensures that the balls stay racked well, and you get spreads like this that are, you know, they're not you don't have bad racks nearly as much.
Chris thought he was going in off on that break though, and then was pretty pleased to see his fortunes change. Now, however, the serious work begins.
What do you how do you like this run?
Well, it doesn't matter whether I like it. I know Chris Melling's going to go for it.
I'm just saying, working out the details. That 6-ball feels like it's just in the most awkward spot. I'm sure Chris will find a way to make it look easy. Does it go on the side?
Doesn't look like it.
I didn't think so either, but he's definitely okay. Maybe it's not nearly as difficult as I thought it was.
Yeah, these camera angles can play tricks.
Yeah, a little deceiving on the cameras. I thought for sure that ball didn't go. Well, this is easy peasy for Chris Melling here. The Magician not having to do too much magic.
Just has some his work on the 8-ball, mind. It looks a little tight.
I think with the table and the slick felt, I think it'll definitely promote falling into the pocket, even if he comes up just a little shy on center pocket. Let's see. Oh, no,
yeah, that
can't
was
be that
missable.
shy.
Yeah, that was tight.
And Chase here with a huge opportunity. If he's able to get this rack back, we're looking at the 10-minute marker right around the corner, being down 4-3. Very, very manageable.
This is a big shot here for Chase. We see this miss again from Chris Melling from a slightly better angle. You can see there isn't a lot of room, but there was a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it was possible to slide past that 9-ball, but again, just a tough situation. And Chase suddenly speeding up here.
Yeah, probably the right thing to do, but also don't get careless. There's loads and loads of time in this match yet. Don't force yourself into making a silly mistake.
Everything's just tic-tac-toe. Very well played by Chase there. And the crowd, the hometown crowd, is definitely behind Chase. And I know Chris is no stranger to being the, I guess, the not crowd favorite.
Again, really, it's a unique break this. It's very, very compact. But look at the power he gets on it. He's unlucky to be kicked in like that.
Yeah, the pop on the break like you said, very, very compact pop. And the cue ball came flying back. Bad kiss.
And Chris going to take this 10 ball, which is just about stopped spinning. Immediately goes after his work. I don't think he really wanted that to drop, but he won't mind too much.
Chase there calling his extension. I'm sorry, Chris calling his extension, taking his time, trying to navigate how he wants to get to that 12 ball, what the easiest route is.
I wonder if he may look to take it now as a plan.
Yeah, I think you're right, Stephen. I thought
a combo. Sorry, my apologies. Still working on my American dialect, and I think he'll regret not taking it now, as I don't think he's got a single pocket to go at.
Actually, so he's going to cannon off of the 12 ball into the 14.
Yeah, very nice. Big shot here, though.
Yeah, a big cut, or it looked like he was going to cut it. I think I would like shooting it into the side pocket.
I'm not sure it goes in the side. It's very tight.
I'm scared of the cue ball running on the 12, going into the corner. Yeah, it was a little tight. Oh, no. Well, this is the opportunity that Chase needed.
Yeah, 2 misses in back-to-back racks for Chris Melling.
15-second shot clock is now in effect. Just heard our referee letting the players know things are about to heat up.
For all, with 9 minutes left, looks like the order of the day.
How big would this be if the hometown hero were to come back in a tough match and knock out Chris Melling in the first round? That would be some story. It's not written yet, but it's definitely on its way. Chase Stumfoll to tie it up right here. Needs the 8 ball to fall.
Fall it does. So Chris Melling was 4-2 in front. And he's made mistakes in back-to-back racks. Now, heading to the cut break. He's trying to rest the slide.
He was able to make a ball, but it is disgusting on the layout.
Well, this is where we get to see the mind and machinations of Melling. Just about the most aggressive player anywhere you'll watch. He will take these on. And what he's been doing the last couple of months, he's been getting them.
And Chris, with the stress of the clock.
A 15-second shot clock now in play.
Well, he got one out. Oh.
It's not really come out all that nice, has it? Take 2.
Oh. Well, once again, he hit it well, but not a great outcome. And the time is going to be ticking. Does the 10 ball? No, the 12 ball goes. No shot on the 10. He's looking to come 2 rails. So he's going to hit the bottom rail, cut the gap between the 5 and the 6, and hope to come up in between the 2.
Something like that. Something like that. And now you've got to worry about the 9.
The 9's in trouble here. He can use the 4. He can bump it out with the 10 ball. That's the shot. come up a little shy on the 9 ball, though. So the 13 is playable, but the shape on the 9, he's got to rely on bumping the 6 just slightly as he draws back. I don't like it. Yeah, if he doesn't get the bump on the 6, he runs in the 8 just like that. This is tough. He's going to kick at it.
He certainly is.
Chris Melling.
Oh, he didn't miss it by much. But for the third rack in a row, Chris Melling runs aground, and Chase Stumfoll has the opportunity to take a lead.
Now, if I'm Chase right here, and if you can hear me, Chase, I would utilize this clock. I would slow down. Not to the point where it messes you up. Just slow down, take your time. You don't have to rush these balls because the clock is ticking and you're about to have a 1-game lead if you don't make any mistakes against what some would say would be the favorite in this event.
Well, that is exactly what has just happened. Chase with a big, big, big miss. And he can't quite believe it.
Just needed to slow down just a little bit, I felt like. And that's one that's going to haunt him.
Yeah, just been watching the reaction of Chase in his chair, and he knows. He knows that was a big moment.
Yeah, especially if you just don't give it the full respect. That's me as a player. That's what happens. I make mistakes. I don't give it the full respect. Now, it is very good that 8 ball did not drop, because we could have been looking at a golden duck there.
And that would have been game over.
We would have seen the opposite of what's been happening. That was very, very fortunate that the 8 ball did not drop.
You could still say it's pretty unfortunate the cue ball did, mind.
Yeah, it's definitely not ideal.
And Chris Melling here with the chance. You'd imagine these should be pretty much gone. It's not quite been a vintage Chris Melling performance, but he's finding a way here, and that is perfect.
And Chris really just speeding up just a little bit. He knows the finish line is there.
And in comes the concession from Chase Stumfoll. Chris Melling gets the job done. A 6-4 victory for the Magician. And he will be relieved to get through his first round match. But we saw a player in Chase Stumfoll who's got more than enough about him to show us that he's got a long future in this game as well. This match, though, is done, and Chris Melling marches on to the quarterfinals.